Terrible. Dallas Wings head coach Jose Fernandez exposed Stephanie White in the worst way, icing Caitlin Clark out of the game. He let it be known the Dallas Wings' main priority was Caitlin Clark. They were fine with Kelsey going off because that means no one else was going to be involved. And they weren't even forced to execute their game plan that much on Caitlin Clark because bozo bonehead Stephanie White completely eliminated her from the game herself. Jose Fernandez just exposed this clown of a coach that the Indiana Fever have. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into things, man. Jose Fernandez, you're going to hear him talk about the game plan for Caitlin Clark and what they were looking to do and what they only had to do a few times because there was no pick and rolls for Caitlin Clark. They didn't run an off-ball play for her until the third quarter. Stephanie White's game plan was, let's get Kelsey Mitchell the ball and get her as many points as we can, as often as we can. That was her whole game plan. She sucks as a coach. Jose Fernandez knows it. Take a listen.
Talk about the defense you guys played on Caitlin Clark today. You had her 4-15 shooting.
Well, we wanted to get it out of her hands. You know, in any pick and roll situation in the middle of the floor, she's so good. So if it was going to be...
We wanted to get it out of her hands, especially when she does that pick and roll in the middle of the floor. She's so good. We didn't even run the damn pick and roll in the middle of the floor. They didn't run a pick and roll in the middle of the floor the entire second quarter for Caitlin Clark until it was like 16 seconds left. His whole defensive game plan was centered around Caitlin Clark in the pick and roll, and we did not run it because Stephanie White wants Aaliyah Boston to be a hub. No pick and rolls. Bailed them out. He's going to keep going. I'm going to run it back. I just want y'all to hear it in full this time. The whole Dallas Wing plan was built around stopping Caitlin Clark in the ball screen action, and we didn't even set no real picks for her. Aaliyah Boston is a bum. She doesn't set any real picks. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Talk about the defense you guys played on Caitlin Clark today. You had her 4-15 shooting.
Well, we wanted to get it out of her hands. You know, in any pick and roll situation in the middle of the floor, she's so good. So if it was going to be on the side of the floor, we wanted to get it out of her hands and make other people make shots. But this kind of performance, you know, the way that Paige took care of the ball, Maddie's plus.
You heard him say, on any side pick and roll, we wanted to double her and take the ball out of her hands. The Indiana Fever didn't even force him to do it. He didn't even force him to do it. You didn't force him to execute any of the game plan. You haven't heard him say anything about Kelsey Mitchell. You know why? He was fine with Kelsey Mitchell shooting because that's all she was going to do, and she had a hell of a game. But he wanted to get the ball out of Caitlin's hands because if she starts scoring and she's getting people, Sophie Cunningham involved, Aaliyah involved, Michaela involved, now everybody's flowing. With the balls in Kelsey's hands, it's just Kelsey that is going to be shooting. Nobody else is going to get in a rhythm. And that is exactly what happened. Sophie Cunningham couldn't make a shot late in the game because she hadn't got any attempts throughout the game. Nobody did. Ty Harris couldn't get a look. Nobody got anything because they said, all right, Kelsey, we're going to let you go one-on-one all game. Nobody else is going to get to do nothing. Nobody else is going to get to do nothing. And it worked. They only cared about getting the ball out of Caitlin's hands. But the Indiana Fever didn't even force them to execute any of it. No pick and rolls in the middle of the floor. No side pick and rolls. It just get a ball to Kelsey and let her go. Let her go. Let her go. It's terrible, man.
Get it out of her hands. So if it was going to be on the side of the floor, we wanted to get it out of her hands and make other people.
We wanted to get it out of her hands and make other people do stuff.
Make shots.
Force other people to make shots. Stephanie White bailed the Dallas Wings out by not having Caitlin Clark involved. It's that simple.
But this kind of performance, you know, the way that Paige took care of the ball, Maddie's plus 16, Alicia Clark coming in and defending. Jess Shepard's all-time season high. Arike and what she did offensively. So there's a lot of things and a lot of people responsible, and that's what good teams do, especially with everything that this group has gone through, right? But I think it started with their continued focus in the film room and practice and shoot around today.
He centered the film, he centered everything around stopping Caitlin Clark. And Stephanie White didn't force him to stop Caitlin Clark. She did it for him. The Indiana Fever's coach stopped Caitlin Clark for Jose Fernandez. He was never really forced to double her that often. Never really forced to blitz her inside pick and rolls because they didn't run any of it. They just didn't run any of it. Aaliyah Boston refused to set real picks. Aaliyah Boston refused to give Caitlin Clark the ball on handoffs. She refused to do it. Yeah.
Kind of on that note, Coach, you know, winning in multiple ways obviously can be beneficial in the postseason. How much does the multiple lineups, having different players step up, like the first half of Jess, the second half of Reed tonight, like how much could that help you guys down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, when you lose a player like Azy, who was the #1 pick, right, and we've relied on her for so much on both ends of the floor, right, and then a dynamic guard that was your first guard off the bench wing-wise, Isaiah James. Now you're kind of retooling a lot of things that you're doing on the offensive and defensive end, right? You started out to see move Paige off the ball. Now AC's played at the 4, played on the wing. Now Maddie's played at the 4. She played some wing tonight, right? Lana got into some foul trouble today, so we had to play different lineups. So again, much needed day off for us now, and we'll get ready for film and practice. No shoot around for Seattle this weekend.
Jose, early on in the season, you guys were able to.
Man, Stephanie White bailed this dude out. Stephanie White bailed him out. You have not heard him utter a word about no damn Kelsey Mitchell. He was fine with her going on. He was fine with it. I know she's going to go one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one every single time down. Late in the game, nobody else is going to be in a rhythm. Nobody else is going to be able to make a shot. And that is exactly what happened. Kelsey Mitchell was trying to go one-on-one all game, and she got off. Then Aaliyah Boston's trying to go one-on-one all game, and it wasn't working. She can't make a layup. Indiana Fever completely out-coached. What says you? Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.